Istikhara is not necessarily connected to your dreams. It's a dua for guidance, not something that shows up. There are no colors that you see at night that indicate yes or no. There's no such thing as an istikhara fairy. Yes, I've actually heard some cultures where you put yes and no under your pillow and you make dua and then you pick one of the pieces of paper and see which one it shows up as. That's just our desire to always get the direct answer that we're seeking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But part of our dependence upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the process to Him and giving the outcome to Him. And so istikhara is actually asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide you to the right way after you have done everything in your power, in your capacity to find the right way. So basically, after you've done your own homework and you've covered two other bases of decision making, you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the final blessing. What does that mean? First and foremost, you exert your own efforts and your own thinking to see if this is good for you in your deen and your dunya. Secondly, you consult righteous people. You seek consultation. You do istishara, which is seeking people's advice to see if this is really the best thing for you in your deen or your dunya. And then you go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after your own deduction and that righteous consultation. And you say, "Oh Allah, facilitate it for me if it's good for me and take it away from me if it is bad for me." And this is why, subhanAllah, some of the scholars even mention, وَلْتَكُنِ الْإِسْتِشَارَةُ قَبْلَ الْإِسْتِخَارَةِ, that you should seek consultation before you do istikhara, because even when Allah addresses the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, He says, وَشَاوِرْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ, that seek their consultation, and then once you come to a decision, then put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah says, no one regrets the istishara of the creation, the seeking consultation of the creation, and the istikhara, the seeking guidance from the Creator. And Qatada rahimahullah said, no one is going to cover these two bases and then not come to a blessed decision. So how do you actually pray Salatul Istikhara? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِذَا هَمَّ بِالْأَمْرِ فَلْيَرْكَعْ رَكْعَتَيْن, that first and foremost, you pray 2 rak'ahs. Now, by the way, these can be any 2 rak'ahs that are not fard. So it could be your sunnah prayer. It could be entering upon the masjid. Some of the scholars said, especially if you combine it with some of the blessed times, so you could do it at Salatul Duha, for example. And any 2 rak'ahs that you're going to pray that are not fard, just make the intention for istikhara as well, and then read the dua after you finish those 2 rak'ahs. And if you make this a daily habit, and that's the implication here, that the Sahaba would do this a lot, where most of us probably do this like 3 or 4 times in our lives. If you make this a daily habit even, with your Fajr Salah, right, the 2 rak'ahs before Fajr, that you're going to pray 2 rak'ahs and make that dua, then think about how much more clarity you're going to have in life, and think about how much more blessed your decision making and your decree is going to be. So you pray these 2 rak'ahs. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, after the salam, you make the following dua. Allahumma inni astakhiruka bi'ilmika wa astaqdiruka biqudratika wa as'aluka min fadlika al-azim fa innaka taqdiru wa la aqdir wa ta'lamu wa la a'lam wa anta 'allamul ghuyub. So, O Allah, I seek your guidance in making a choice by virtue of your knowledge. So first and foremost, you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by virtue of recognizing that Allah knows what you do not know. And so I don't understand the full consequences of my decision. So I've covered my bases, but oh Allah, I'm looking to you for your ilm, for your knowledge. And I ask you by your great bounty. And that is the recognition that everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to us is from His grace, is from His fadl. And so I'm asking you from your great bounty. And you have power and I have none. So subhanAllah, even if I know what's good for me, I can't pursue anything without your ability, O Allah. So I am recognizing your knowledge, I'm recognizing your grace, and I'm recognizing your power to achieve what I cannot achieve on my own. And subhanAllah, here you say, for verily you know and I do not know, you are the knower of al-ghuyub, the unseen things. Why is this so profound? Because you've done your homework on the seen things, but there are certain elements of even the seen things that you can't see. So, oh Allah, you know everything that I don't know about the hidden realities of this decision. And that's tawakkul, that's trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because things can check out 100% through the first through basis. But here, O Allah, you are Allamul Ghuyub. You are the knower of all hidden things. And then you say, Allahumma in kunta ta'lamu anna hadha al-amra khayrun li fi dini wa ma'ashi wa aqibati amri faqdurhu li wa yassirhu li thumma barik li fihi. O Allah, if in your knowledge you know that this matter is good for me, first and foremost in my religion. So my religion is the most important thing in the world to me. So anything that I want it to impact my religion positively. If it's going to impact my religion negatively, then I definitely don't want it, even if it's good for me in regards to my worldly affairs.